Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Chaz here from Elevate Coaching. It has been quite a while since I've done a race breakdown, so today I actually just wanted to sit down and walk through a race that I did a couple weeks ago. The race in question is actually Carl Dolan. Technically it's labeled a crit. It's going to be more of a circuit race. Anyways, here we are. We're about 15 minutes in. So what has happened with the race? Literally from the line, I attacked and got away with 5 guys, brought back 2 laps later, and then we were in this group of 10 riders that counterattacked my attack, and I actually went with it. So now there's about 10 of us up the road. Here we had 2 guys roll off the front of us, and then I just kind of attacked to bridge across, and once I caught them, I said, let's go, jump on the wheel. We kept rolling. Now, this was a very interesting breakaway. The race today was going to be 70 minutes. This lap is actually 2.1 miles, something like that. So just over, 4K? It's an interesting course. There's a little bit of a hill in there that makes it a little bit challenging. The other thing was the wind was not very favorable. We had kind of this headwind on the backside. It made it very tough, and then the uphill climb was actually a tailwind. But anyways, this breakaway is interesting. Lots of emotions from today. I really just wanted to get up the road and make it hard and make a break stick. And so this is a 10-man break, and we actually are going to be able to stick this to the line. Now, like I said, I attacked from the breakaway to 2 guys that kind of rolled off the front. So this is now the breakaway of 3. And there's about 7 or 8 guys chasing behind us, I believe. And this was kind of the story of the whole race. We would do these efforts. Few of us would get away. Then the group would be like, oh, we're going to chase it back. Or the break, I should say, they'd be like, we're going to chase it back. Then they chase it back, and then we would all just kind of like sit in and do just a whole lot of nothing, and it was honestly kind of boring. It just wasn't quite hard enough. It was an interesting one. So this is one of those things where I step back and when I reanalyze this race, I'm like, what could I have done to do better? And to see the 8 guys chasing has just caught us, and then they kind of attacked by, and this is like a cat and mouse for like 70 minutes is what we did. But anyways, this is one of those days where it was like, maybe I should just sat in more and possibly been like, whatever, let us get caught. Like maybe we do a reshuffle and we get 3 or 4 guys off the front who actually want to work together instead. Or maybe it's like, maybe I should have been a little more aggressive and attacked a little bit more and just kind of like made it harder for them. But at the same time, it would be me like spending a lot of energy. And, it was a tough one for me to figure out. The other thing too is, if you guys saw my last video on the channel, I did a double day. This is actually during that same week. I had a pretty tough week of training. I came into this like feeling good, and then after about 15 minutes, I could tell that my high end or like my snap or my pop just wasn't really quite there. You'll see later in the video, there's an attack I go to follow, and I actually snapped pretty good, but I was just like, oof, yeah, I just don't have that sheer like responsiveness that I have when I'm relatively fresh, which is okay. I mean, I was expecting to do a pretty big training week coming into this race. That's one reason why I was talking about in the last video whether or not I was going to race this or a different crit. I ended up selecting this one. It was a little bit closer to home. The field wise, like it was just, I don't know, I just felt like it would be a better course and less punchiness. But anyways, we're going up this little hill. Little hill. I mean, it's more of a hill than you think. But we're going up into the start finish. Like, I don't know if the 1% on the right is actually really doing it justice. I feel like it was more like 2 or 3%. Now it starts to kind of like taper off, and then we come into the start finish here. Again, we're in a 10-man break. We're gone. We are gone at this point. We have at least a minute on the field, at least. At one point, we actually stopped working so much that it came within, like, I want to say 30 seconds, 20 seconds, and a few guys bridged across. But yeah, that that was our race. So this is basically what it was. This is the breakaway. Like, nothing really crazy here. I will say some guys wanted to work and wanted to like drive it, and others just wanted to sit along for the ride, not do anything. Some wanted to try and attack and get away. Some didn't. Some people would just let guys roll and others would not. One thing I thought was interesting, this rider right here in front of us, the Distro Taco guy, he sat in the back the whole time and didn't do one pull. I mean, it is what it is. I just remember like his excuse post-race was, hey, I got 5 teammates in the field. I was like, okay. It's kind of an interesting one. 5 guys in the field and you're in the break and we just want to sit in all day. That's fine. I mean, I don't know. My opinion is maybe racing backwards a little bit, but hey, it is what it is. Everyone has their own way of doing things. Like I said, I actually should have maybe done this tactic and just sat in because 1, I was marked. 2, no one wanted to work or really like let the break go. So it's kind of like we were just dysfunctional from the beginning. I mean, we started and we established the gap and it was good, but after that, it just got dysfunctional and it was just kind of like, so what are we doing here? Like, why are we off the front? Anyways, we're going to keep jumping forward a bit because, like I said, just not a whole lot to see there. Now, this is one of those moves where this guy looks back and he's like, bro, let's go. See, he gave me the flick and he hits. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. But my pop just wasn't quite there. I was just like, oh, dude, he nailed that one. Like, he sent that. That I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I could not fully follow that. And the Peloton, or the Breakaway, they actually responded rather well. So it's kind of like, yeah, we're not going anywhere, dude. It was a good thought though. Like, I actually wanted to do that and I wanted to give that a try, but it just wasn't happening. I mean, the course was interesting. The wind really affected things. I mean, it is what it is, but regardless of that, this was kind of the day. Now, when it came to the Breakaway, here's what I really focused on. When I wasn't on the front and I wasn't doing pulls and I wasn't doing digs, I was trying to just sit in and conserve. And okay, this is another weird move. So like I said, we're dysfunctional. I looked back going into that corner and they let us gap off the front by like a good 5 seconds. So right as we came out of the corner, I said, we have a gap. Let's go. Let's just attack the break and see what happens. So he does a good little dig here. He was actually willing to try to go off the front. The guy that had just attacked, on the last clip up the hill, he's actually in this with us. So he's on the back of my wheel right now. I'm on the front. I'm like, let's go. We got to roll. We're coming into the start finish, that little bit of a climb right now. We hit that. This is that guy that attacked super hard up that hill. He takes a solid pull. I mean, again, it's like, okay, they want to let us go. Let's go. And then it's like, boom, this guy in white came across and oh no, the Peloton chased and we're all back together. The break chase. This is what I just didn't understand. It was a weird dysfunctional break. I don't know. I guess I just haven't really been in bigger breakaways where people are kind of like, we want to be here, but we don't want to do anything. And that made this race really tough for me. And quite honestly, I think I just got a little frustrated. And I just kind of didn't play the game of chess properly. I should have maybe just sat in more and just been like, hey, if it comes back, it comes back and we reshuffle. But then I'm like, you know what? Okay, that was a good little dig we had. I'm going to throw attack right here and see what can happen. Maybe we get a few guys to jump again. Maybe now we can start to wear ourselves down. I do that jump and instantly I see guys connect, and it was just kind of I don't think this is going to work. It was a really weird atmosphere. They were motivated and they weren't. So I did that, sat in, recovered a bit, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to hit again. So I throw another attack, and this time they actually kind of let me go, and I'm sick. So here we are. We're kind of on the backside. So think think we have 1 mile to go to the start finish. So I'm on the backside. I don't know. We got maybe 4 laps to go, 3 laps to go, something like that. So this would be like a 6 mile attack if I was to stick it and go solo. So we have a mile to finish, 3 laps to go. I jump, I go, they give me a gap. I'm like, cool, maybe I'll settle in and I'll start to pace this, and maybe this will be something where it's like, hey, maybe I can roll away solo, maybe one guy will bridge to me, and then we can work together. The speed here is actually pretty good, 26 mile an hour into kind of a headwind, actually a pretty stiff headwind. It was kind of like a stiff head crosswind from the front left, right. But I'm like, okay, this is where I'll just dig and we'll see what happens. So I'm just going to give it my best shot. Like I said, I didn't really know if I should have just been like, let's just sit in and let it regroup, you know what? Or maybe I need to attack more and kind of wear him down. In hindsight, I probably should have just sat in all day and let it happen. But I'm going to go for it now. So right here, I'm like, you know what? They gave me a gap. I'm going to open this gap as much as I can, as quickly as I can. And then I'm going to settle in and do what I need to. So again, I'm like, I have to go full gas through here. This is the fastest section of the course right now. We are a slight downhill with a tailwind. This is the fastest section into the hill. And when I hit the hill, I got to ride the hill really stiff and really brisk. And I got to get over the top with still have a gap. And then I can maybe settle in a little bit and let things roll. So again, I'm pacing this pretty good. Like, I'm riding threshold, I'm riding VO2, I'm riding a little anaerobic right now. Like, this is definitely VO2 for me. It's not easy, it's not like crazy hard, but it's not easy by any means. Going up this hill, really putting it down, I'm like, good. I'm kind of on the limit at this point. Like, my legs are tired from the training. It is what it is. But I'm like, you know what? We got to push hard. We got to go hard over the hill. Like, they're going to come hard over the hill. Just got to go. It's decent watts, decent speed. Like, everything's solid. Doing good. Let's get over this hill. All right, power's coming down a little bit. Power's fading a little bit. Is what it is. But, let's just go. I'm thinking maybe I can pull off something cool. Just kidding. They go hard up the hill. They catch me, and then they start to blow me out of the water because I'm on my limit, and I'm like, oh no, I'm going to get dropped from this so hard. If I can just jump on the wheel of the guy who's been camping at the back all day, I have a shot. If anyone can chase back on, it's going to be him. So, so I get back in, jump on. All right, I'm on their wheels. See, there's a gap. Like, these two are like, we got to get across. And camping guys just back there chilling. Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm here for vacation time. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to get around him quickly, get up here, and we got to try to get back. Now, this is where it's like, you don't want to panic. Don't panic at all. Just relax. Be in the wheels, try to do as little power as possible. See, and again, this is what I don't understand. They all sat up right there. Like, I just don't understand why they sat up. They attacked, pulled me. They only gave me like half a lap, pulled me back, and then attacked. Anyways, here we are. We're into 1 to go. We have 1 lap to go. So we have just about 2 miles to go. Right off the bat, I am too far forward. I don't know why I do this to myself. I tend to be like, I want to be in a good position. I want to be in a good wheel. I don't want to get swarmed. I don't want to get swamped. Like, I have a decent sprint. I want to go for the sprint. So I need to be forward and kind of just ride my own race and not worry about anyone else. So I do that. I come up to the front. I get third wheel, and I'm like, yeah, this is a good spot. But then I realize, dude, these two guys have to pull for at least 2 miles. Otherwise, I'm going to get swamped. Or maybe someone will come over the top, and then I got to try and jump onto that. And again, I was like, no, I don't want to pull through. Like, sorry, I'm not doing this. Like, I want to go for the sprint. So I kind of let them do their thing. And then they start to go, and I'm like, okay, I'll jump back on the wheel. And that's where, again, I realized I'm too far forward. So sometimes it's not good to be at the front. Like there's times to be at the front and then there's times to not be at the front. For me, I was too far forward. When that happened, I was like, oh, I can't let those two guys go. I should jump on their wheels. I should have let them go, and I should have slotted into the breakaway that's still with me. Because remember, we still have, I think at this point, 3 or 4 guys bridged. And I think our breakaway group is now like 16 people. So I should have just slotted in a little bit further back and just kind of let it happen. I mean, right here, these two are kind of getting cooked. They're kind of getting tired. Like, here's the whole peloton. I'm like, all right, what do I do now? Or the breakaway selection group. Like, what do I do? Again, like, I don't know. I guess it's just nerves. Like, I'm not really, I don't want to say I'm not a sprinter. Like, I have a decent kick and I can win some sprints, but I'm not used to doing full-on pack sprints, and that's where I think I just kind of lack a little bit of that skill. I get a little bit too antsy. I start to hyper focus on everything around me versus like just stick on this wheel and follow the guy. Like, why did I do this move? Like, I should have just stayed where I was. Now, here was my thought. I got to be like top 3 through this corner because it's going to be very fast exit out of the corner and we'll carry momentum to the hill, and then the sprint will go and I'll be able to follow the wheel and have a good finish. So I'm thinking I got to be further forward because I don't want this thing to get strung out and get gapped and be too far back going into the hill. So this is where I come to the front. Again, it's just inexperience with like sprint finishes. Like, yes, I've won a lot of races, but I win a lot of them solo or in 3-man breakaways. I don't win them. I've never won a field sprint, like never. So this, again, I'm just too far forward. I've got one guy leading me out into the hill. I'm thinking, all right, this is decent, but gosh, this guy has to go a long way. And then I got 14 other guys behind me. And this is where I'm actually going to probably screw up my finish, right? Like, I'm like, hey, I want to win this race or go top 3. That is my goal. So here I am on this guy's wheel, kind of looking back. I'm like, dude, we're rolling. We're going good. Power is good. Right here, I see them move up on the outside on the left. I think this is Stella Racing. Honestly, I don't know the teams around here that well. They go. I go. Mistake number 2. I don't jump onto a wheel. Like, I can't jump into the wheel. There's too many guys coming by me. I'm not able to slot in and get a wheel. So then by that point, like, I use my whole sprint in the wind and I'm getting popped. Oh, camper dude, he passed me. Anyways, I'm dying. I blew my sprint. Like, look at this. Boom. There's like, I don't know, 11 guys in front of me now, and I'm going to roll in for 12th. What a frustrating race. So much learned from this. Anyways, that's my race. That's what I got for you. Any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Thanks, guys, for coming and watching. And with that, I'll see you guys on the next one. Keep riding, training hard. Later.